morning. Rosalinda Vieira, Ceres City Council here. I'm located right here in downtown Ceres at Whitmore Park. And the reason why I'm here today is just to kind of go over and recap last night's City Council meeting. There were a lot of people that came out, a lot of different opinions were shared, and I just want to recap it for those of you who either weren't able to attend or want a little more explanation as to why we voted a certain way. Or at least I did. I can only give a perspective of me. So one of the main concerns, I guess, that came forward, or one of the current priorities, was the baseball field and getting the lights on Costa Fields. So that was approved. So several months ago, or a few months ago, I had completed the TID Customer Academy, and they actually had a way of doing a grant process to help with lights and upgrades to large lighting projects for municipalities, such as the city of Ceres. So I went ahead and reached out. We scheduled a city meeting with our city manager and our engineering department, and they went ahead and moved forward. It processed all that paperwork, and that grant was able to come forward. I am really happy and proud that I was able to participate in that opportunity, as well as their program, to learn more about what TID has and what they have to offer for our community, especially with residents such as myself, and as well as ways we can help benefit our community, in this case with a partial grant to help with the lighting upgrade at Costa Fields. With that, there are some additional costs, because again, they're only going to offset the cost of the light savings, because again, state laws have changed a little bit. With that said, the other costs are going to come from other park priorities. So there were other stuff that we were going to do at the other parks, but we're going to go ahead and shift some of that money that we had at other parks. Either the projects came in underfunded, or we're just going to shift the priorities or minimize the other parks to allow this to happen and make sure our kids and our baseball players have the lighting they need to be safe over at Costa Fields. So I'm really happy to see that project now finally moving forward, although we're in the very, very beginning stages. So next one we had with a lot of attendance there last night was Maverick. That is the gas fueling station off of 99 across the street from the new drive-through Panda and the Gateway Plaza. So that was a very large and long conversation. There was a lot of people that came out. I was really glad to see their input and hear their input. Do I necessarily think we need another gas station? Well, probably not. It does have RV fueling dumping station, which is key for those that do have an RV. I do not. But again, that's something the community has asked. So I think it's very important that we address the needs of the community. We also listened to other council members share their story as licensed Class A drivers who have that experience. I've worked in logistics. I've been a logistics supervisor working in almonds and come from a farming background. However, I have not been a Class A driver, so I don't have that experience. So it's important to hear from those drivers who say there is a difference between a truck stop and a fueling station, which is very important, because that's a perspective that I don't necessarily have the information to understand that completely. But with that said, I was glad to see that also move forward, although I don't necessarily think we need a gas station, but it does come with some other benefits, such as other buildings around it. So with the fueling station, we're looking at some possible a dining restaurant, maybe another large or commercial retailer. But again, it's still in the initial building stages. The realtor was there last night, able to share some information. He was also available afterwards for some questions. So if you do want to know what the developer is looking at, who he's been in contact with the retailers, he would be the one to contact. I know we have reached out to various companies. Initially, when the original CUP or conditional use permit was approved, I had reached out to like Pickleball and Chicken, or Chicken Pickleball. It's a company that offers fried chicken and pickleball reservations for indoor and outdoor activities, but they weren't interested in our demographics. We were still under 50,000. We didn't have enough residents within 10 miles of our city, so they weren't interested. I also reached out to Trader Joe's, Marshall's, a lot of these other companies I had reached out to. We just didn't meet the demographics. So I'm hoping with this will increase some of the demographics and the disposable income that we're having. It also generate the much needed tax dollars that we need in our city right now. But with that said, it is going to move forward. The official plans, again, are not submitted yet. They do have a tentative draft of what they're looking for, which is available in last night's agenda. Also with that, we went through and passed an ordinance regarding bingo. I know we have 2 bingo halls in Ceres. They're actually both on Central Avenue in Ceres. There's one on each side of the freeway. There's one in my district. There's one in another district out behind Ceres High School. So we actually passed an ordinance, because I know we've had a couple complaints about that, and we wanted to make sure we were addressing that to the best of our ability. So I was really glad to see that move forward. It sounds like that both bingo halls were very happy with that. and they helped us draft the ordinance with the attorney and our police department. So being that the attorney says it's legally compliant with all state and IRS regulations, our police department is very happy because it also complies with the understanding of state law for them, and the bingo halls are both agreeable. I think it was a good resolution for the community. So with that said, that was a summary of last night's meeting. I look forward to having these continued discussions. If there's anything that I can do, please feel free to reach out, and I appreciate you participating and being part of series. Have a great day.